Well, hi everybody. It's time to shave. It's Friday. We got a mess of stuff here. I don't even know. I don't know. I've got something I was gonna use today, but I'm just not in the mood yet. It's too cool for me just to like fart one out. Oh, pardon me. Pardon my language. Even that to me sounds like a cuss word on my channel. So anyway, yeah. So I'll talk about this thing later. Right there. But what I am going to use is this Pearl Flexi. Is there a reason why? Yes, there's a reason why. There's a reason why. You see that? Look at the hinges. This box has hinges, folks. Look at that hair. It needs hinges or something. Anyway, so I'm going to use the Pearl Flexi, which is one of my favorite adjustable two-piece razors. You probably have seen it before. Two-piece razors work like that. Well, at least this one does. Not all of them. I don't know what they all do. Come on, I haven't used every two-piece razor, folks. Almost. Okay, so what blade am I going to put in there? This is an Indian. This was made in India. Great stuff from Pearl Shaving. And they keep sending me cool stuff. And I'm going to use an Indian-made blade. The Willies, or Willis. I think it's Willies. There's an apostrophe. Yeah, Willies. Willies blades from India. Now, the important thing is it says important. First of all, that's how you know it's important. Important, do not wipe blades. Don't wipe your willies. All right, let's do this. I'm sorry, that's terrible. This is just a real blue. You don't need to work blue, kids. Okay? All right. All right, so let's get this on here. So you take the head, take the top part of the razor, you guide it on there. There's little guides, and then you put the top on face down. At least I do. This is what I do since the blade is down there. And then for this one, you need to turn it over, hold the top down so that it engages. Ooh, let me get it straight. There we go. Straight on there, tighten it up. And this adjusts from 1 to 6. I usually dial down with this one because it gets up there. So I'm gonna use a 3 to begin with. It comes with a little cool stand. Heavy, man. If an intruder comes in, I'm winging this at him. Knock him out. All right, what am I gonna use for shaving cream? That's everything. I hear you. I hear what you're saying. You're asking me these questions. Why am I acting so weird today? I don't know. And you never know what you're gonna get with me. I never know what I'm gonna get with me. It's a roller coaster ride here. Okay, so I've gone back into the archives. I was going to use just some regular old Barbasol. This is what it looks like, the modern version. And this is what it looked like back in, well, they had barcodes, so it wasn't the 60s. I think I remember this was like from the early 70s, perhaps? Or maybe even 1970. It says V3270 on it. So let's just say, absent of any evidence besides that number, that this is from 1970. This is what we're going to use today. It smells a little funny. I remember using it a while back. And then I even got the little cap on it and everything. It was never used. It's full still. It's still got it in there. I used it a while ago, but I don't remember. Here's what it looks like if you want to see a roundabout for the can. Look at that steel thing. Old beer cans used to look like that. Anyway, that's what we're going to use. I took a shower. I did my hair. I'm going to have to raise the ceilings in here before too long. I'm going to put some hot water on my face. And we're going to shave with the Pearl Flexi. Now, here's something I thought of. Now, this old nearly 50, probably 53-year-old can of Barbasol, probably not going to be real slick. So I'm going to put a little slickness on here. A little brew shaving gel, which I love the smell of. It's like tea tree. I don't know. How did I don't know. I just like it. So this is going to increase the slickness of anything. Now you can use this on your own. I did this recently. It's a shaving gel. You know, it's clear, so you got to pay attention. Whoa, God. I'm starting to shake it up. My hand was wet. All right, let's get some out of here. It's still wet. Hold on a second. Ridiculous. I don't want to ruin my little can. All right. I got some shout outs today, folks. So if you're wanting to get in on this action, this crazy video today, your shout out will be a part of it. I've got, 4 of them. And 2 of them I need your help with. Okay, so let's get some of this Barbasol out here from 1970. I'm also from 1970, so... Oh, my brother, look at that. My brother from the 70s. Brother from another barber? I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't smell too bad. I thought this was one that kind of stunk, but man, it is so rich still. That's crazy. I wish I was as rich as this 53-year-old. Ooh, it does stink a little bit. Okay, now I'm getting, it's like a petroleum / motor oil. Like when you go to Jiffy Lube to get your oil changed, It smells like the old oil they've taken out, or like old tires or something. So yeah, after 53 years, whatever delicious scents they put into here have not lasted, but nor should you expect them to. But anyway, there we go. It is interesting. I love using, new old stock things from the past. It's so cool. Even if it's something simple as this, I just find that cool. I don't know why. Now, I will clean this up afterward and get the because I'm that way. All right, so here we go. We got the Willys blade in there. We got the Pearl Shaving Flexi. This thing I'll talk about later. Not today, but it is Pearl Shaving. And let's shave, shall we? Yes, we shall. So yeah, like I said, I got this on 3. This costs $69, by the way. You can get them on Amazon. They're made in India. So hello to all my Indian viewers. I know there's a ton of you out there. I get a lot of comments from friends in India, so good to see you. And I tell you what, your razor game is on point, India. Pearl. Everything I've tried from them has been good, I think. I can't remember one off the top of my head that I didn't like. Like, some may have been like, oh, that was okay. But a couple of them, like this one, I mean, I did the open comb one. This is the closed one. This is the one I prefer, the closed comb. Which is nice because they sent me this thing. Okay, quit doing this. So this is, I won't show it to you, but this is the Pearl Flexi Black Edition in this box. I've never gotten a box before, like a cool, like a serious box, man. The Black Pearl. I'm calling it the Black Pearl. That's a terrible pirate accent. I don't do pirate accents. Please leave a comment using a pirate accent below. No, please don't. Please, I implore you, don't. Don't. No. I know one of you scalawags is going to do it because you're going to have a little wink in your eye. All right. All right, let's get to the shout-outs, shall we? I've got to go real close around this section because I did cut myself shaving earlier in the week right there. So I've been real cautious about it. Don't go to sleep yet, iPad. I'm going to read. So this first one's pretty cool. So this one is, get this name, Austin Piglets. So Austin Piglets is shouting out Hayden, who's turning 18 and hasn't started shaving yet, but he's going to figure it out pretty soon, I bet. So Austin Piglets and Hayden, shout out to you. And if you already have turned 18, happy belated birthday. And if you haven't, then happy birthday when the time comes. Please let me know what you choose. When you decide to start shaving on your own or whatever you're going to do. Have Austin Piglets tell me. Or you can tell me it. All right. Yeah. So even with the brew on, it's not very slick. I should have put some more of this on. So the fragrance and the slickness of this I'm going to say 1970. Absent of, yeah, it's not there, but it is great, fun little interesting time capsule tidbit. So folks, we broke our record streak. I don't have to talk about the weather for a second because it hit over 100 degrees, triple digits, 45 days in a row here. That is the longest triple digit streak we've ever had in the history of us keeping track. We've all been keeping track since the 1880s or 90s. So, but man, I am sick of living through history, folks. I am sick of living through historic times. And this weather thing, oh boy. But next week, it's going to be in the 90s. Cold front coming. Sorry, the Celsius is like 42, 45. It's been like that. I know. Okay. So there's the first pass with the old Barbasol, the old man, and the new razor from India. And a new blade, too. Those are good blades. Those Willys blades are pretty good. So if you get your hands on some, I'm telling you, man, those Indian companies know what they're doing. Good job. All right. Second time. Shall we use the same Barbasol again? Why not? Why not? Let's put a little bit more brew on, though. This is from made with the finest brewing ingredients. Yeah, like beer stuff. So it's got like, it's water-based, American-made. Brewgrooming.com. It lubricates your skin. And it's made with stuff that they make beer out of. So don't drink it. It's odd how often I have to tell you guys not to drink your aftershave. I shouldn't have to keep telling you. Oh, I don't have to keep telling you? You're adults? Okay. All right. Okay. Silly. All right, so we got 3 more shout-outs. Now, let me get this one out of the way, then I got the 2 that I need your help with. So Chevrolet Camaro SS9. Shout out to you, Chevrolet Camaro SS9. I love Camaros. I like the new ones even. Those are cool. I drove around in a convertible Camaro once downtown. They were showing it off during South by Southwest. That was so cool. The only problem I had in the non-convertible ones, you couldn't see out of the windows. The windows are too small. But that convertible. So shout out to you, Chevrolet Camaro SS9. I'm a Corvette man. I've always wanted a Corvette. I've always wanted a 70s, like that 70s body style, you know, that thing. I love that body style. I love it. I've always wanted one since I was a little kid. I've never had one. I'm gonna have one day. I'm manifesting this. I will have it. I don't know what year to buy. So please, Corvette guys, let me know. For that body style, what's a good year? And it doesn't have to be super powerful. I'm talking 20 years down the road when I'm in my 70s. So no rush, but all right, let's do the second pass. Actually, my other classic car love are old Lincoln Continentals from 61 to about 64. Oh, I love those, like the Kennedy cars, you know? Love those things. I used to have a 65 Continental back when I was single. It was beautiful, but it kept breaking down, as all vintage cars do. You have to have a lot of money to keep those things going. So don't make my mistake I did when I was young and buy a vintage car without the funds to constantly have them repaired, because boy, does it get expensive quick. But I do love those things. I love the design of them. I love the smell of them. You know, the smell of a vintage car. And I'm not talking about the exhaust. I'm talking about the interior. It's like when I talk about that Cremo, or I talk about old guitars or old pianos or old buildings, you know, churches. They have this smell, this beautiful old smell. I'm so glad that I have my sense of smell. I lost my sense of taste for the most part back in the 90s. I don't know if I've talked about this before. But, you know, I can still smell, but I can't taste the entire spectrum of flavors. I don't know why it started. I looked into it back then and nobody could really give me any answers. So I just am very fortunate that I can still smell stuff. But, and I explained it like this when I tell them about my taste buds aren't working quite right. It's like hearing a song in a distant room. You know what the song is. You recognize the song and the beat. You just can't hear the whole thing, you know, every note. But you get it. That's kind of what my taste is like. Which then, I think, begs the question, why do I keep struggling with my weight? Why am I still... Because I still get enjoyment out of the food. I still do, because I can still kind of taste it. Even if I couldn't taste it, I feel like, I don't know. Oh, boy. Somewhere deep inside, and we were discussing this at work, no matter how old I am, what experiences I've had, what I look like, what I weigh, what I wear, deep down inside, under layers of experience and self-confidence and things like that, there's always going to be this, like, chubby 11-year-old. You know, I've got a picture of myself from that time that I feel like deep inside, you know what I mean? And yeah, it's weird. You always kind of feel like the same person. That's been a revelation for me, getting old, or aging, I should say. You know, when you're a kid and you look at grown-ups, let's do the third pass, stuff is good. It doesn't stink too bad. It was just that initial smell. Now I will have to clean this thing up and dry it out and everything, because I'm like that. But so when you're a kid and you look at grown-ups, you're like, oh, they're a grown-up, and they act like a grown-up, and they're an adult, and you know, that's true to a certain extent. But what you find out is what you feel like when you're a kid, you kind of still feel like that when you're older. So if you're young right now and you're like, oh boy, well, someday I'll feel like an adult, I'll feel like a parent. And yes, those things are there logically, rationally, but still deep down underneath all that, you're still feel the same way you did when you were young. I wonder if that's a common thing. It must be, right? I don't know. You get a little existential and philosophical as you get older. You, as I choke to death, slit my own throat with the Pearl Flexi. Yeah, anyway, I don't know. Okay, so here's the last two shout-outs. Now, these two are very similar names, but I'm sure they're spelled totally different. But I'm going to go with the first one first. It's Peter from Romania, or Petre, P-E-T-R-E. So Peter from Romania, Peter from Romania. I always try to cover my bases with the pronunciation, so I hope I got somewhere near it. Shout out to you, Romania. How cool is that? That is really neat, but almost as cool as the other gentleman in Croatia, mind you, and his name is Petar, P-E-T-A-R. So we got Peter from Romania, P-E-T-R-E, P-E-T-A-R from Croatia. So Peter and Petar, or Petar, shout out to both of you. Shout out to Romania and Croatia. And thank you for watching this old Texas boy just shave his face every week. Just once a week. That's all you need, you know? A little goes a long way. A little goes a little way. Hey, this is a good razor. That's all I got to tell you, folks. I wouldn't use this shaving cream very often, and I won't because it belongs in a museum. But I do love using them. You know, it's kind of like when you see instruments, like musical instruments, I mean like guitars and things, pianos, and they're in a museum somewhere and they were a famous person's guitar, and now they're just rotating unplayed in some museum somewhere. I think that's kind of sad because those things are made to be played, you know? Responsibly, of course, you know, take care of the dang things, but let them be what they're supposed to be. All right. And if any of you are friends with Jim Irsay, the owner of the Indianapolis Colts, please let him know. I'd love to see his guitar collection. And his Beatles drum kit. Oh my gosh, this guy is unbelievable. So yeah, if you know Jim of the Indianapolis Colts with his guitar collection, just let him know that Sinatra Lennon wants to play a couple of those guitars. Okay. That's going to happen. All right, folks. Let's get the problem areas last. There's not much. You know, every day I always have whiskers left in this direction that I have to go from the earlobe to the Adam's apple kind of deal. But sometimes it'll knock it down a little bit more than others. And today, it did a darn good job. $69, the Pearl Flexi from Pearl Shaving. You can get it on Amazon right now. The other one we'll talk about later. It's $99. It's the Black Pearl. But I haven't used it yet, so I'm going to check on their website. Just doing some maintenance here, folks. Just a little bit of maintenance. Oh, so smooth. Ooh. Once I get to this point, I get real, you know, like, okay, I'm getting every whisker. Wow. Until I give up, like now. All right, that's good enough. Cold water. And then my old pal, my old friend. I'm not going to tell you who it is till I use it, but my old pal is going to come up for a little aftershave time. Oh my goodness. Get behind your ears, folks. Get in your ears. Get in your ear. You kids, get in your ears. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, sage rub. Oh, sage rub. Where's this stuff made? Made in the USA. There you go. Fabrique au USA. Fabricado en EEUU. I don't know what I'm doing. Clubman.com. If you haven't tried this stuff, it's crazy, it's weird, it smells interesting, it burns like the dickens, but I love it. It just reminds me of this whole, and I don't like using this term, wet shaving journey. Ugh, journey. No, I like the band journey. But yeah, it reminds me of just this whole time I've been wet shaving and all these videos I make. This has been a constant. This thing, it's the only bottle I've ever had. It's getting close to the end. It's getting close to the end. I'm going to have to buy another one. Apply briskly for that all-over tingly feeling. Somebody said, God, there was some comment recently. Some dum-dum decided to comment. It was like, I always say this, like 99.9% of the comments are always positive, and the 1% are always like, your face looks stupid, you know? And it was kind of along those lines, like, how come you're using that stuff? It's for, I don't know what he said it was for. I was like, if you don't know, I'm sorry. All right, let's take the blade out. This is what I do. That's not what I do, but that's what you can do. I'll just, for this one, I'm not real precious about it. It's a workhorse. I just put it back in its little stand. It's so satisfying. The engineering is just dead on. And then I put it right back up here. Right past the Cremo and the thing and the other stuff and all that. Anyway, so that's it, folks. So coming up, I'm going to talk more about the Pearl Flexi Black Edition. in the cool box. I love that thing. It's so neat. $99. That's a sneak preview. Anyway, check it out. Thanks for watching, everybody. Leave a comment. I read every single one of them, even if I can't reply to everyone. But and shout out again to Austin Piglets and Hayden, who's turning or just turned 18, one or the other. Peter from Romania, Peter from Croatia, and Chevrolet Camaro SS9. And thanks to all of you for watching. And I'll see you all very soon.